All right, good evening. Today we want to look at the first activity um, for the foundation level 1 and 2. And for the first activity, we're going to look at how we can do some basic settings on the software or the Photoshop CS6 software, and then we'll look at how we can select a background or a paper, yes, for whatever design we want to do. So when um, you have installed your software, you launch the software, and this is the interface you see when you launch it. In fact, the colors here should be let's say it can be white and black. Yeah, most of the time this is how it looks like. Sometimes too, yes, it changes, but because I've used my software before, that is why the colors were like that. Good. So when you launch your software like this, um, you look at the first bar on top here. We'll call it the menu bar. Yes. So on the menu bar, you will see some menus on the bar. You will see file, edit, image, layer, type, select, filter, 3D, view, window, and help. They are all menus on the menu bar. Good. But what we are interested in here is what is beneath edit and image. Below the edit and the image, you will see auto select there, and the auto select, it has a box in front of it. Kindly click on it to check that box, and then when you come beneath type, select and filter, and even 3D, under that you will also see show transform controls, and that one too, it has a small box in front of it. Kindly click on it to check that box in front of it. And I think these are all these like the sub settings we want to do on the application or the software. Good. So um, after this, we'll go ahead and select the work space paper or the background. And whenever you want to select a background, you have to go to file, and then you select the first list on the sub menu, file, and then you select new. The keyboard shortcut for selection of the paper is Control plus N. So you see that you click on file, select new, and it will open this for you, or you can just click you can tap on Control plus N on the keyboard, and then it will create this window for you. So here, when this window pops up, it is giving you the chance to select the size of the paper. Is the size of the paper or the size of the background. So here you see new name, and name is like the title you want to give to your work. So let's say activity 1. So we want to name our file activity 1, and for the paper you can select any of them here depending on what you will do. By you can use the custom or international, whatever paper you select, you can just change the sizes or like the dimensions to suit the size you want. So by default, when you select international, it is A4. Yes, I selected the DL for a design, and that is why you saw DL. But at default, when you select international paper, you will see the size to be A4. Good. So we can select the size to be A4, and depending on the sizes are not big. Yes, they are not that big. 210 millimeters by 297 millimeters. But you can just change the unit and pick any unit you want. There are some people who uses pixels. Yes, so you see the person will select pixel and select maybe 1920 1920 by, let's say, 1080 pixels. You see, here's some people, that is what they do. They select by pixels, you see. Yes, and that one too is not a big paper. Yes, so depending on the size, any design you want to do, it's a matter of measuring where you're going to place the design. Yes, let's say you want to print a banner, or let's say a sticker, a big sticker, and put it on the signboard. So you have to measure the size of the signboard before you come here and select the size here and do the design. Maybe you want to do a design, place it at the back of your phone. You have to measure the back of the phone, both the height and the width. Then you come and select it here. So you can select pixels, inches, centimeters, millimeters, and what have you. Yes, and then if you don't have, if you have a specific measurement, you can just come here, key in the width. Let's say for me, I want inches, so my inches is 84 width, and the height is, let's say, 48. You see, when you convert this inches into um, feet, it will be 7 by 4 feet. Yeah, I normally use this size for church banners. Good. And then after selecting the width and the height, there's something we call resolution. Resolution is how, like, beautiful the work will be. Yes, how beautiful the work will be. Sometimes you will do some work and you get to know that the writing, the pictures, everything will look like blur. Yeah, it will look blur. Yes, and that depends on the resolution. Good. So whenever you are selecting a paper or a background with big size like this, the resolution has to be 72. The higher the resolution, the higher the size of your work. So you see, I said that 84 by 48 inches when converted is 7 by 4 feet, and it's a big um, background. So you have to select 72 as your resolution, and you see the size will be 59.8 megabytes. But let's see, let me select the default resolution of 300 and see, get it. You see that the size changes to 1.01 gig. Yes, and if you select the 300 like this and do the design, you see that in the course of the design, you see your machine is running very slow, especially if the memory and the speed of the machine is low. Yes, so whenever you are doing a design with big size like this, um, I advise you choose 72. And if it is small, like let's say 30 30 by 30 by, let's say, 28 or 18, yeah, that one you can choose 300. Yes, even that one cry, it is still big, you see. Yes, it's still big. So yes, it's still big. 210. Yes, 210 by 210. You can use, yeah, you can use the 300. So here, whenever the size is big, kindly use a small resolution. And then for the color mode, we have RGB color and we have CMYQ. CMYQ is selected when you are going to print the design. But if you are going to use the design on social media platforms like WhatsApp and Facebook and the others, please use the RGB color. And even in your designs, you can based on the RGB color for the design. And after the design and everything, when you're going to print, you convert the design to CMYK. Yes, even the printers will convert it for you before they print, because they are aware that the best color mode for printing is the CMYK. All right, so assuming this the size we want to use for our design, after selecting the size and everything, um, yeah, for the bit, you can it doesn't matter, you can choose 16, you can choose 8, it doesn't matter. Good. So after everything, you click on OK, and you see that your paper will be created for you. So I said if you want to select a background, you click on file, you select new, and then you select the size of your paper. Yeah, if you select international, um, that's how it will look like. You get it here. So um, yeah, okay, this time around, let's say we want to use A3. A3, so this is the size of A3, and then we click on OK, and you see that the A3 paper will be created for you like this. All right, now we want to change the background color. We want to change the background color. um, when you look at this bar, you see that all the um, background we have created are here, and now we are working on this untitled background, the one that we just created. But the previous one, we named it activity 1. You see that it is the first year, and the last year is the latest or the later one we created. Yes, so when you create more than one backgrounds here, you see that it will all be appearing on this bar. And when you click on the names, um, the backgrounds will be showing for you to work on them. All right, so we want to work on this, the first one. Yes, the one that we named with activity 1. All right, so if you want to change the color of the background, you will come to this tab. We call it the layer tab. Yes, the layer tab contains all that you have here. So if you place a picture here, if you type anything, um, the background you create, they will all be showing here. They will all be showing here. And now the background is showing here because it is the first we have created here. If we are to add a text, if we are to add a picture, you see that the pictures will be appearing here on the layer tab. And you see each object will be having its own layer. But for the background, when you create a background like this, the layer is locked. So with the background, you will see a padlock on the layer, and you see that, or it tells you that the layer is locked. So it means you cannot do anything with the layer. And sorry, I forgot to tell you this. This first tool we have selected is called the move tool. The move tool. Yes, we'll have the chance to go through the tools, but the one that we'll be using most is the move tool. So if you I want to move the background, you see the background is locked, and that is why you see this warning showing. So because we want to change the color, and before we can work on the background, we'll have to unlock it. So if you want to unlock it, you just place the pointer on the padlock and double click. Yes, when you double click, something like this will pop up. You just press OK, and now the background is unlocked. So you see the padlock has disappeared. All right, good. So before we can change the color of the background like this, um, when you come down here, you see FX. We have FX here. Yes, we'll go through all this depending on the work we want to do. But the first thing that we'll be using to is the FX. The FX um, um, is used to add a style or styles to objects here or the layers here. And now we have only the background layer, and we want to add a style which is a color or color to the background. So click on the FX and you select um, you can select the blending options or any of this. The blending options consist of all of this. So I mean all these are under blending options. So when you click on it, it will open the same window as you click on any of this. Good. So let's click on the blending options. When you click on the blending option, this is what you see. Yes, so you see that we have drop shadow, we have outer glow, we have pattern overlay, we have gradient overlay, a lot of them. But for us, we want to add a solid color to the background. So you will click on color overlay. When you click on color overlay, the default color is red. So we'll come to color overlay and change the color. Maybe we don't want the red. If you don't want the red or any color you have here, and you want to change the color, you click on the color here, not this one. This one is the preview. So you click here and you see that when you place your pointer on the color box, you see that the pointer changes to a circle, and wherever you put the circle and click, it will take or pick that color. Good. So if I click here, it will pick that color. If I click here, to pick that color. If I click here, here is black. Yes, here too is black. Here is white, and here is white, and here is the color you have selected, that is red. So if I want this color, I'll click here, and wherever I click, you see that to be changing the colors for me. Good. So after you are settled on the color, you click on OK, click on OK again, and you see that the background color has been given. If I want to change the background color, the same step, I'll click on FX, click on either blending options or the color overlay straight away, and it will open the same blending options table for me. Good. And I said if you want to change the color, it's a matter of clicking on the color, and when the color wheel or the color box open for you like this, you can click on any of these colors, and when you click on any of these colors too, you can come here and choose how deep or light you want the color. So if I click here, you see that it changed the color, and if I click here too, I said here is white, so it will bring my work or the paper back to the default color, that is white. Or if I don't want the white color to, I can click here and make my color like this and click OK. Yes, so this is how we create background for any design you want to do, depending on the size. I said you click on file, you select new, and then you key in the size or select a size, the paper size. Maybe you want A4, you can come here and click A4, and it will use the size of A4 for you. Then you click OK, and it will open like this. And when you want to change the color, we are saying that you double click here to unlock it, and then if you want to change the color, you press on FX, press on color overlay or blending options, color overlay, and then when you click on this, you click on this color where we have normal, the blend mode normal. You click on the color, can change the color to any color you want. You can come here to select the degree of the color, and then after you are settled on the color, you click on OK, and that is all. Thank you.